The best way of understanding a subject is by falling in love with it. Love. Now how does that come? It comes with true dedication and squeezing of content what is being taught to you. This is not a plain philosophy class, but you should try to understand the true spirit of what I am telling over here. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ರೋ ಮೂದೇವಿಗಳ, ಹಾಲು ತುಪ್ಪ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಪ್ಪುಗಟ್ಟು ಮೊಸರಾಗಿ ಕೆನೆ ಕಡಿದು ಬೆಣ್ಣೆ ಆಗಿ ಬೆಣ್ಣೆ ಕಾಸು ತುಪ್ಪ ಆಗೋದು. ಈ ತುಪ್ಪನ ದೀಪಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಹುಯ್ದರೆ ದಗ 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 ಉರಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ಬರೀ ಅದು ಉರಿಯೋದಲ್ಲ, ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಬೆಳಕು ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. What I am giving you in everyday class is just milk. Now it's your responsibility to make it curd, extract butter and heat it till it becomes ghee. Nothing comes without true dedication and effort. The knowledge you gain by burning that ghee will not just help you, but it will also help the people around you. ಅದೇ ಏನಾದರೂ ನಾ ಕೊಡೋ ಹಾಲನ್ನ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ದೀಪಕ್ಕೆ ಕುಯ್ದರೆ ದೇವರೇ ಕಾಪಾಡಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು. In a class maximum I can teach you just one example, but you should try 10 such examples on your own. The more effort you put to learn, your roots of knowledge will grow deeper and nobody can shake you in any interview. ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇವ್ರ ಕತೆ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡೋದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹರಾಡೋದು, ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಿಂಡ? You know it has taken nearly 20 years for Java language to grow till this level. You do one program and you understand everything. Wow! Super contra. Mark my words. There is only one way how you can learn Java. ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Yeah. Post this message on Facebook, Twitter, I don't care. But if you want to improve in life, there is only one option. ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸಾಕಲ್ಲ ಬೈದಿದ್ದು? Moving on, let's take a quick recap on what we did in our previous session. In my previous class autopsy of our first Java program, we saw the 3 phases involved to get our program output. That is A. Writing of source code, B. Compilation and C. Execution. We saw how programs got executed in binary and assembly level languages. We also saw how the above process evolved in high level languages like C. Later we understood how the compiled code in C was tightly coupled with the operating system, which made C a highly platform dependent language. We then analyzed the internal architecture of Java, via which we understood how Java became a platform independent language. With the help of experiment number 1, we understood that the .class file that gets generated after compilation process bears the same name as the class name inside our source code. With the above experiment, we also came to know about an industry standard that we have to name the source code file same as the class name as in our source code. With the help of experiment number 2, we understood it is the .class file that gets executed by the JVM and not your source code file. With the above experiment, we also understood just by mere altering the source code and by not compiling it, no new output arises. We introduced you to a new editor by name Edit Plus, wherein we showed you some of the key settings to be configured inside. Last but not the least, we all saw how White Venkat reacted when he observed that you are all not writing notes. Now don't make him react again. Please start maintaining notes. In today's class, let us try out some of our simple programs, starting with our good old program, addition of 2 numbers.
Addition of 2 numbers.
Open a new file in Edit Plus and start writing class addition with A as uppercase, followed by opening and closing of flower braces as seen here. Copy the class name addition and press the shortcut Ctrl S to save the file. Delete the default name provided and start writing a new name with double quotes. Paste the class name here which was copied before by pressing the shortcut Ctrl V. Now append .java followed by closing of double quotes. Press the save button which is present to your right bottom and there you go. Your Edit Plus has recognized that you are about to code a Java program and so you have got a blue color for your class keyword. Go in between the flower braces and start writing your code in line number 3. That is public public, static static, void void, main main, followed by string args in small parentheses. Open and close the flower braces and in line number 5, start typing the code. that is int a is equal to 25, int b is equal to 35, int c is equal to 0. Go to line number 9 and start typing the print statement system.out.println. Now observe carefully and type the same thing what is typed over here. I am going to close the double quotes, give a space, type a plus symbol, give a space, and then type the variable name what we have declared above. Close the parenthesis and end the statement with a semicolon. Type similar print statements in short known as SOP statements with appropriate messages as seen here. Int a and int b are the variables declared to hold the two operands for our addition operation. Int c is a variable declared to hold the result. Below are the print statements used to display appropriate text on screen, which is similar to our hello world output. Now compile the program by pressing Ctrl 1, for which you should get 0 errors as notified below. If at all you get errors in this stage, redo the steps once again till you get 0 errors in compilation. Press Ctrl 2 to run the code and you will get the following output. Hope you can notice the sum of two numbers is currently 0 as you have not written the code for addition operation. Let us now write the code for addition operation. In line number 8, append c is equal to a plus b and end the statement with the semicolon. The above line of code what you just wrote in line number 8 represents addition operation in your program. As we have modified our source code, it's a common practice that we should recompile the file once again by pressing Ctrl 1 and then run the program by pressing Ctrl 2. Kaboom! There you go. Sum of two numbers is 60, which means we have successfully completed our addition program. Congratulations! Please note that I have used the statement c is equal to a plus b in my program for addition operation and not a plus b is equal to c. A plus b is equal to c is totally invalid in most of the computer languages. Remember, the equal to symbol used here acts as an assignment operator which transfers the value from right hand side to left hand side. It's a common practice that values move from RHS to LHS in programming, and so a plus b is equal to c is invalid in most of the computer languages all over the world. Now there is an assignment for you. Once you get your output, don't keep quiet. Try exploring the program by changing the values of a and b with few more integers. Every time you change the program, do recompile by pressing Ctrl 1 and then execute. Playing with the program helps you gain more tuppa from the milk what I have given you. Hope you get my point.
Single line and multi-line comments in Java.
In line number 8 of our addition program, hope you have noticed a weird green line next to the addition statement. This green line what you have written is known as single line comment. The single line comment can be written anywhere using two consecutive forward slashes. Comments written will not be considered as code by the compiler. We can also write a multi-line comment just by surrounding the unwanted text with forward slash, asterisk, asterisk and backslash. Inside this multi-line comment, you can just write anything you want. Anything. Just anything. Comments are neglected by the compiler and are not added to the compiled version of bytecode, because of which comments cannot be seen on your output. Guru, how do we know that lines of code have vanished in our compiled version? Can we open and see our bytecode? If we open the compiled version of bytecode, that is the .class file in our usual editor, you can never read what is there inside. Reason behind this is you don't have the Divya Drishti to understand the bytecode. Frankly speaking, no one else other than your JVM has the capacity to read, understand and then execute your bytecode. Then how can we find out what is there inside? Where can we get the Divya Drishti? Should we ask Divya? Oh yeah! To find out what is there inside, neither you need Divya nor you need a Drishti. All you need is a software by name Kavaje. Kavaje na? Angandren Guru? Kavaje is a third-party software and it acts as a decompiler for your bytecode. It does exactly opposite what JavaC does to your source code. Once I open my bytecode with Kavaje software, Kavaje converts my byte code and will display me the source code. You see, the single line comment and multi-line comment which was added in your source code are completely missing in your byte code. So you mean to say compiler skipped those lines during compilation, am I right? Yes, very correct. Comments are skipped by the Java compiler while generating the bytecode. This process of hiding things from compiler by using comments is known as deceiving the compiler. Moving on with our next topic, string concatenation.
String concatenation.
Open a new file in your Edit Plus. Start typing class concatenation and enclose the class with flower braces. Copy the class name concatenation using Ctrl+C shortcut and then use the shortcut Ctrl+S to open the save window. Delete the default name provided and start typing the new name with a double quote. Now use Ctrl+V to paste the class name which was copied before. Don't try to act over smart by literally typing the name everywhere. Just do as I instruct. I know it will be not much of a difference by typing the class name or by copy pasting it. But I exactly know your fate while running the code. You name the class one thing, save the file as some other thing. Your code will not run as your class name and file name are not matching. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಾಯ್ ಬಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಸರಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನಂಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಲೈವ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತಗೋಬಿಡೋದು. So my kind advice to everyone is copy the class name using Ctrl+C and paste the same name while naming the file. Now once you paste the class name, append .java to it and end the name with a double quote. Press the save button and there you go. Your editor has started recognizing your text as Java code. Now write the main method as shown here, inside which you will start writing your program logic. Declare the first string s1 and assign the value super. Declare the second string s2 and assign the value man. Now add s1 and s2 using the plus operator and assign the result to a new string variable s3. Add a print statement to display the output and there you go. Compile the code using the shortcut Ctrl+1 for which you should get 0 errors. Now run the code using shortcut Ctrl+2. Tada! Hope you can see the two strings are added up using the plus operator. This process of adding two strings is known as string concatenation. Congratulations! Wait. First you added two numbers and said plus is an addition operator. Now you added two strings and saying plus is a concatenation operator. Now clear my confusion first. What is plus actually? Why does it behave like that? Well, the above phenomenon of one operator being used for two different operations is known as operator overloading. This concept was used prominently in C++ but later neglected by Sun while designing Java. It is only here you can see dual operation of a single operator. More on this I will teach you when I start teaching you operators. Till then wasi tadkali. The reason I have taught you concatenation plus operator was to display your output more evidently. Keep in mind, use your plus operator between strings generously to make your result look perfect. Here is a small assignment for you to practice. Muchkond code madi. Ting ting ting.
It's program time.
Write a program to calculate the area of a triangle. The output should be a format. Area of a triangle is so and so. My name is whatever your name is. I have got my output. PS. Area of a triangle is half into base into height. I know you are not so dumb, but still, you need to know the formula.
Java as a language.
Think about it. If you want to read or write in a new language apart from your mother tongue, you need to understand some of the basic building blocks of that language. For example, to start learning a language like English, you need to start learning from alphabets A to Z, numbers 1 to 10, word building like A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, and so on. Once you master the above stuff, you need to learn some of the basic grammar in English, such as noun, verb, adjective, past tense, present tense, direct speech, indirect speech, punctuations, blah blah blah. Correct tane? ಹೌದು ಗುರು, ಅದಕ್ಕೇನು ಇವಾಗ? Likewise, to start learning Java as a programming language, we need to understand some of the basic building blocks in it, which are character set, keywords, identifiers, variables, data types, literals, operators, control statements, loops, and methods. Almost all building blocks what I mentioned over here in Java are derived from C. We can say C is a mother of all computer languages you see today. But hey, it's not mandatory to learn C initially and then move on to Java. Java can be learned very independently just like other languages. As you all know, English is derived from Greek and Latin, and that doesn't mean you have to learn Latin first and then move on to English. Please. In our next few sessions, let us understand these building blocks one by one, starting with number 1, the character set.
Building block number 1, the character set.
Character set is a set of characters used by a developer to write a Java program. That is, digits ranging from 0 to 9, alphabets ranging from A to Z, both in lowercase and uppercase, special symbols like plus, minus, asterisk, underscore, etc. as you see on your keyboard. Next building block is keywords.
Building block number 2, the keywords.
Keywords are the words with predefined meaning and are also known as reserved words in Java. They define what you are exactly working on in a program. For example, if you declare int a in a program, int tells the JVM that we are declaring an integer variable. If you declare float f, float tells the JVM that we are declaring a floating point variable. Likewise, if keyword tells that we are working on a condition statement, and for keyword tells we are working on a predictive loop. An important point you all need to note is all keywords are in lowercase and they are highly case sensitive. That means no usage of capital letters for any of your keywords whatsoever. Following are the keywords defined in Java. Take a look. Next building block is identifiers.
Building block number 3, the identifiers.
An identifier is a name given to a variable or a method or a class or an interface or a package by a programmer. But a programmer has to follow certain rules while naming an identifier. They are: rule number 1. An identifier can only contain alphabets, digits, underscore and a dollar symbol. No other special symbol should be used. Okay, next.
Rule number 2.
First character of an identifier should always be an alphabet or an underscore or a dollar. No numerical digit should be used as a first character. You cannot use digits as your first character as it is strictly prohibited. Wow, sari hoytu. What if you use deliberately? Compiler kapala kudiyate. Tincha yetu.
Rule number 3.
Identifiers cannot have space in between them. The name what you are seeing here is not a valid identifier as it has many spaces in between every word. While you remove all spaces in between every word, it becomes a valid identifier. And this identifier can be used to name a class or an interface or a method or a variable or a package. Your identifier can be of any length in Java and there is no specific restriction to it. You can literally choose identifier of any length in Java. For example, Main duniya mein akela hoon can also be an identifier in Java which can be used to name a class or an interface or a method or a variable or a package.
Rule number 4.
An identifier cannot be a keyword. Keywords are reserved words in Java and they cannot be used to name any entity in a Java program. As identifiers are nothing but names, it is strictly prohibited in Java to use any keyword as a name as they are reserved. So you mean to say if I don't follow these rules while naming, I will be getting a... Okay. In your interviews, they might ask a few questions like, tell us whether the given identifier is valid or invalid and state the reason why. To handle such kind of questions, let's play a quiz, shall we? AVG score. This is a totally valid identifier as all are letters. An identifier can contain both uppercase or lowercase alphabets. It's valid.
ABC123.
An alphanumeric identifier with alphabet at first. Good to go. It's valid.
$test.
An identifier can start with a dollar or an underscore. It's very much valid.
If9.
If is a Java keyword but not if9. So this identifier is totally valid.
_123.
It's a valid identifier as starting character is an underscore followed by a number. So no problemo. It's valid.
123 ABC.
Nope. Starting character of an identifier cannot be a number. It can only be an alphabet or a dollar or an underscore. It's invalid.
If.
You kidding me, right? A keyword name for an identifier. Compiler nam tatana allow ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. It's invalid.
$ABC.
No special character other than the dollar or an underscore at start. How many times to tell you? It's invalid.
ABC space 123.
ABC 123 okay. ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ?
I don't like it. Employee space name.
ನನ್ನ ಮಗನ್ ಎಷ್ಟತಿ ಹೇಳೋದು ಮಧ್ಯ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ವಾ? Next building block is variables.
Building block number 4. The variable.
A variable is a named memory allocation that can be assigned a value, and this value can be modified in future. The syntax to declare a variable is: first declare the data type and then the variable name, which should be a valid identifier. Now assign a literal value to it if interested. This is a valid way of declaring a variable. If you don't like assigning a value, just end it with a semicolon, which is also a valid way of declaring a variable. Please note, assigning a value during declaration of a variable is not compulsory. You can assign the value later when the program demands you to do it.
Industry standards.
Dude, tell me one thing. Can I name a variable any way I want? Yes, you can name a variable any way you want. But there are a few industry standard conventions to name it. That is A. A variable should be a valid identifier. B. Camel casing starting with lowercase is the preferred industry standard for naming variables. For example, as you can see here, student name, employee ID, box color are having camel case starting with lowercase alphabet and have no space in between them. Always use standard names while naming a variable. Your variable name should be relevant and it should define what it contains. If you don't listen to my words and use silly names like int f, float f, double d in your company projects, your project manager will do dishum on your face and give you a pink slip. Following industry standard conventions is a must in my class. Not just here. For my entire course structure, I will be making you follow the same. If you don't listen to my words now, இப்போ சொல்ற கேட்கோ. உன் project manager வைக்கிறான் பாரு உனக்கு ஆப்பு. அப்போ உனக்கு தெரியும்.
Ting ting ting. Mini assignment.
Now take down your book and start writing down what you are seeing here. In the given class, classify the keywords, variables and identifiers separately to complete this assignment. Assignment ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ವಾ ಉಡ್ದಾರ ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಷ್ಟ. And that's enough for today. Make notes for everything what I teach you. The answer key for all your program assignments and mini assignments can be seen at the end of this video. Try coding all examples on your computer once before entering the next class, as this class holds a key to understand the next topic I teach you. Tomorrow I will be teaching you a very important building blocks in programming, data types. So stay tuned and be ready. Ask your doubts on WhatsApp if you are stuck somewhere so that we can solve it for you. Remember, you understanding the subject is our topmost priority. Subscribe to this channel and stay updated for our next video release. Till then, this is Balaji.K.R signing off. Until then, much code madi.